All right, my friends, I'm here in the land of ports. I'm in Portland, Oregon. First impression, I'm picking up my rental car in case you're wondering. First impressions, it's a little cold, not as cold as I thought it would be, but it's definitely not a heat wave. Anyway, I got myself a little car. I'm going to head over to the mighty WESCO. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'm heading out to, I don't know, the little town that they're in, Sacapos or Sacamos. I don't know what the name of that town is. But anyway, that's where I'm heading out. And maybe buy myself another tall boot. Another WESCO tall boot. So we'll see. Anyway, let's start the adventure. Portland. All right, friends, it's hard to believe. It might be harder for you to believe, but I am at the WESCO factory. So let's go inside. Let me check out and see if I can buy myself a boot. Wow, inside WESCO. That's crazy. Nobody's here though. That's some nice boots. This is a nice one. Look at that. All right, well, hopefully somebody comes out. Look at the size of that thing. It's humongous. Got some boots back there. Oops. Look at that. There's a tall boot right there. Wow. Look at that. WESCO. This is pretty cool. I saw this old guy, this mannequin or whatever this thing is here, and I thought it was a real person. Like they're building the boots back there. That's crazy. Look at that. Oops. It's crazy. I guess this is how the old-fashioned way they used to do it. Look at those boots. Woo! Thigh high, baby. Thigh high. So this is like the factory there. It's all the parking. It's like a little residential neighborhood here. I guess that's the main offices there, WESCO company. So yeah, it's nice. It's a nice day here in Portland. So, or Sacapos or whatever the name of this town is. Anyway, there's my steed. So let's go back to Portland. All right, my friends. So I'm here in the car. I'm here at Sacapos or Sacapos or whatever it's called. This town where WESCO is. I just got the boots. Well, not got them because they got to build it and everything, but I just ordered them. So I'm looking forward to checking that puppy out. Anyway, I'm going to try to show you a little bit of the area, but it's, you know, I'm driving, so it's got to be a little here, a little there. But anyway, this is kind of how it looks like outside. So kind of cool. It's actually a nice day in Portland. I was told it was going to be rainy. I mean, there are clouds. US 30 East. There are clouds up there, but and it looks like it was raining because there's water on the floor. But it's actually not too bad. Whoa, there's some traffic there, little Portland, Oregon traffic. And I'm listening to this radio station called Kink. Interesting name for a station, Kink. But oh well. It was really cool being at the WESCO factory there. So I'm hoping for the best. Anyway, let's see if I can get down to Portland in one piece. Continue on US 30 East for 19 miles. I got 19 miles to go. 19. So anyway, there you go. Look at that, we got cigars. It's actually pretty nice, like a little, I feel like I'm in some kind of lumberjack town or something. You know, I'm a long way from the lights of Hollywood. Hollywood. You know, when I was on the plane, well, there were some, I guess, seniors from high school. They were on the plane with me, and of course they had to sit right next to me. And they're all talking about video games and girls they like and blah blah blah. And I just thought, man, I'm glad I'm not in high school anymore. Glad I'm not in high school. I thought I recorded earlier. Anyway, I went out and got something to eat and something to drink. A couple of beers. I feel a little buzzed. Anyway, I'm finally ready to check into my hotel room. So So let me see if I can find it here. It's got a cool little ballet thing going on over here. I don't know. I kind of feel a little bit like I'm in the Shining, or room 1408. You know, maybe my room is like 1408. It's kind of creepy. All right, let's check in. I wonder if there's any scary ghosts in there. All right. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, first impressions is very dark, if you can't tell. It seems like there's no light here. All right. And absolutely no view. Look at this. Absolutely zero view. Okay, there is no view. However, I'm kind of impressed with the bathroom. So we got a little bathroom action here. It's not too bad. You got a little vanity action going there if you're, want to do your makeup or something. This is a pretty decent sized shower. Look, it's even got the, I think it's called the rain. I think this is called a rain, it's rain something or another. It's supposed to make it feel like you're taking a shower in the rain. So that's kind of cool. Pretty big shower here. Got a sink, got the commode, got a couple of towels there, which is a good thing. You know, when I went to the Philippines a few years, they would give you one towel a day. One towel a day. Kind of ridiculous. A lot of closet space. So not too bad. I am a little disappointed that the view is lame. I mean, lame. I mean, how much more lamer can you get? That is lame. But oh well. But the rest of the hotel ain't too bad. You got a desk here, got a little I don't know, lamp, and a big bed. For a little loving, little afternoon delight, evening delight. You know what I'm trying to tell you? I think you do. Okay, I wanted to show one thing. I just finished washing my hands, and I think this is kind of cool. Look at this. See that? Ooh. Kind of fancy. Anyway, by the way, this is the Mark Spencer Hotel here in beautiful Portland, downtown Portland. Walking distance to, I think it's that Powell's bookstore, which I will check out tomorrow. So my thoughts so far today. So I took the flight from the mighty Los Angeles to Portland. We had the layover in Oakland. So that was okay. But to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of layovers. I prefer to fly straight. That's just the way I roll. Checked out WESCO. WESCO was very cool. It's funny. I've always been told that another great boot, and even some people in my comments have said to me, "Oh, you should check out White's boots." So I mentioned that to WESCO, and WESCO's like, they were like, "What? Whites? They're no match to us. They're secondhand. They're barely even in our league." So they were a little insulted that I would even put them in the category, that Whites would be in the category of the mighty WESCO. So and I've never tried Whites, so I don't know. Maybe they're great boots, but I do like WESCO. And I think they give you a hell of a boot for a relatively reasonable rate. As a matter of fact, I was talking to them about Harley Davidson, because a lot of my biker friends, they're Harley Davidson guys, and one of them has a Harley Davidson boot. And I mentioned in one of my other videos that a lot of guys, there was a video I saw that a lot of people commented that they own Harley Davidson boots. And WESCO said they were trying to work out some deal with Harley to make boots for them, but so far Harley's like, well, I don't know, your boots are kind of expensive, and I don't know if our clientele would want to spend so much money on a boot. And WESCO was like, hey dude, they're paying $50,000 for a CVO Road Glide. I think they can afford a WESCO boot. And I'm in agreement on that. I'm in agreement. Anyway, they also mentioned Langlitz, because I'm here in the mighty Langlitz territory. And I know a lot of my fans, especially those of the Leatherman persuasion, are into Langlitz. And I asked the WESCO about it, and they were like, yeah, they were totally supportive of Langlitz. They were like, Langlitz is great. We've worked with them. They even make a special boot for Langlitz. So I'm going to go check them out tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, they were very pro Langlitz. So anyway, that's how the day went. Pretty eventful day for the Oz man. Pretty eventful. So I'm gonna relax right now, and then maybe go out for the night and check out the scene, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, friends. Well, just finished my first night here in Portland, land of the ports, and just came back from this club. But I was told it was going to be this wild, freaky club. Everybody was telling me it's going to be just wild. But to be honest, it was kind of mellow. Maybe it's just the night it came on. I don't know. Maybe it's a Thursday night as I'm making this video, so maybe that's why it wasn't as happening. But, it's interesting, these clubs, because they're always trying to sell you that it's going to be wild, right? So I go to the club. It looks already kind of dead. And the lady's like, oh, it's going to get wild. It's just, oh, don't miss it. It's going to get wild. And I'm like, okay. And I hang out. And I'm like, man, this is, when does the wild kick in? When does the wild kick in? So anyway, needless to say, I didn't think it got all that wild. I walked around Portland a bit before I came back to my hotel, and a couple things came to mind. One was, before I came here, everybody said, oh, there's a lot of homeless. They're all over the place. Portland's going downhill, blah, blah, blah. But I live in Los Angeles, if you didn't know that. And we have a hell of a homeless problem. I mean, woo, wild homeless problem in Los Angeles. So as I'm walking around Portland, I'm thinking to myself, well, yeah, there are homeless people here. But compared to Los Angeles, nothing that I haven't seen in Los Angeles. Nothing. I mean, it's pretty much the same, maybe even less. And to be honest, with the temperatures going down to 30, 25 degrees, things like that, I'm shocked that these homeless people can live out in tents and stuff, because it is freezing out there. In Los Angeles, it never gets colder than 50, maybe 40 degrees, maybe. But for the most part, it's around the 50 degrees is about as cold as it gets. So if you're homeless in LA, it never gets that cold. The other factor I was thinking about was this whole concept of keep Portland weird. That's like the little slogan here. And, I've been to some wild places. I've seen some wild things. And I gotta be honest, I'm not really feeling that Portland's wild. I would not say, or weird, I should say. It's not weird. It's quaint. It's kind of hipsterish, kind of hippie-ish maybe, but weird. I'm not sure I would use that word. And in downtown here, where I'm at right now, I think it has kind of an old 1970s New York kind of a vibe. A little grungy, to be honest, a little grungy. Which I think is a good thing. I remember when I grew up in Hollywood. Well, I didn't grow up in Hollywood, but I lived near Hollywood. Well, not near, but anyway, I lived in Los Angeles, and I would go to Hollywood a lot. And I remember this was back in the 80s, 90s, around that time period. Hollywood was grungy. I mean, it was just, just grungy neighborhood. But now if you go to Hollywood, I mean, there's still some homeless and this and that, but for the most part, they've cleaned up that whole city. That whole city is now completely a 180 compared to what it used to be. So I'm walking around Portland right now, and I'm thinking this has got that old vibe, that old kind of 80s, 90s Hollywood grunge, New York, not grunge, but New York kind of, grunge, grime. It's hard to explain it, but it has that vibe, which I actually think is kind of good, to be honest. I kind of like it. Portland is also interesting because when I went up to WESCO to check out the boots, some parts are very industrial. It kind of looks like a little run down, a little industrial, like, man, this doesn't look all that beautiful. But then you go down a little bit further, and then all of a sudden it's beautiful. It's trees. You feel like you're a lumberjack out in the forest. It's amazing. So this is a very interesting city. And as I'm walking around thinking, would I want to live here? Would this be a place I'd want to live? And I don't know. I don't know if I would. There's a part of it that sort of is charming to me, kind of charming. And I kind of think maybe I wouldn't mind living here. I'm 53 years old as I'm making this video, big 5'3", and I've been thinking about my retirement in the future. And as I mentioned, I live in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is unbelievably expensive. Unbelievably. Maybe the only other city would be New York, San Francisco probably, but it's up there, okay? Very, very expensive. And I was thinking, well, when I retire, what would I do? So I've been thinking about other cities to move to, other places to go to. And I thought, I don't know, maybe Portland. Maybe Portland might be a place to spend my golden years in. Who knows? But anyway, tomorrow I go check out the sites again. I'm going to try to stop by Langlitz Leather, as well as see a few other of the Portland highlights. And I'll try to bring you along as much as I can. And, until then, keep rocking. I got to tell you, Portland is kind of mellow on a Friday morning. Still, today is a little bit more overcast and cold than yesterday, but we'll see how the day progresses. I'm going to see if I can get myself some breakfast and maybe see some strange stuff around here in Portland. I'm going to also try to visit Langlitz Leather. And look at this little setup here. I don't quite get it. I don't know if it's a sculpture or stolen bicycles. But interesting. I'm not sure what this is, but it looked kind of interesting, so I thought I'd take a look walking by. I guess it's a church or something. It looks kind of cool. Yeah, it must be a church. I wonder if it's another monastery like the one I saw when I was on my way to Cook's Corner. Oh well, keep bumping into this. It's a sign. Looks cool though. Not sure what it is. Got some big bells up there. It's a very interesting town, this Portland. Very interesting. Has kind of San Francisco vibes before San Francisco became gentrified in a tech machine, but it's cool. I like it. I'm in front of this thing called Piclerium. I guess it's like a little museum. I was hoping it was going to be open, but it looks like it's not. But they sell, I don't know if they sell things. It's just a museum of strange stuff. Today's current zombie threat level. All right, I just came from Langlitz Leather right here. They're very nice. I gotta say, they are extremely nice people. And checked out their leather jackets and their leather pants and all that stuff. Not sure if I'm gonna be buying anything, at least not right now. I just bought those WESCO boots, so I'm spending money like a crazy man. But maybe in the future. Anyway, let me show you the thing here. All right, so there it is. Mighty Langlitz. We're all skating over there. So yeah, Langlitz. So pretty cool. I got a t-shirt and stuff. I'll talk about that later when I show my haul. But anyway, now I gotta go get some gas for my rental car and head back to the hotel. All right, so I'm here taking my little last walk in Portland before I head back to Los Angeles. I took a picture earlier on the bridge here, but I wanted to show you the Portland sign. Yeah, I'm here by the water. It's kind of nice, but I gotta be honest, a lot of homeless. I do know, well, I'll get into the homeless thing later. But anyway, take a look at this. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's the famous Portland sign up there. Portland, Oregon, Old Town. See if I can get a little closer. I'm using my GoPro so it doesn't zoom, but hopefully you can see it. And there's I guess the Oregon University, but there are a lot of homeless encampments around the university. But you know, it's a nice little walk. It's actually a nice little area around here. It's kind of pretty. You know, unfortunately, the homeless. You know, the homeless are the homeless. What are you gonna do? But you know, it's just like if you're walking around downtown Los Angeles, there's a lot of homeless. But down in Los Angeles, there's many places to get away from the homeless. But I think here in Portland, what makes it so noticeable is that the homeless community is just so, you know, it's everywhere. It's like, not everywhere, but it's like where all the tourists would normally walk around. So I think that's maybe the difference. But anyway, still really cool town. I really like Portland. I got to be honest. I think I'm falling in love with this little town. Maybe one day I'll move here. We'll see. But yeah, Portland. All right, friends, the Ozman again. How you doing? So wrapped up. This is my last night here in the mighty Portland before I head back to Los Angeles, the mighty LA. You know. And I just wanted to kind of give my final thoughts, my final opinion on Portland. So I like Portland a lot. I do. I think it's a very cool town. There's you know, this kind of, it's an interesting kind of, I was trying all day to try to figure out Portland, just kind of, what kind of city is it? Because it's a little bit of San Francisco, a little New York, a little, you know, a little, maybe even a little LA. But it's definitely got some San Francisco vibes, but not fully San Francisco. It's got a little bit of vibes of San Francisco. And then it reminds me a lot of what I think New York would have been in the 1970s. You know, it's a little bit more, maybe it's because of all the homeless situation, but it's a little bit more grungy. And then it's got this whole, you know, outdoorsy, lumberjack kind of feel to it, right? Because, you know, up here, I think a lot of people go hiking. They go, what is that? River rafting. They do rafting. They do a lot of outdoorsy stuff. And in my short time here, I wasn't able to really check out all the hiking stuff. Plus, it's December. As I'm making this right now, it's December. And it's a cold and you know, not the best time probably to be hiking. I think most people probably do that in the spring or something like that. But anyway, the city, I thought, I was trying all day, and also it has a little bit of, I was thinking a little bit of a Connecticut, like a town in Connecticut kind of vibe. And I think it's because it has a lot of trees, tons of trees. Oh my God, this city, you know, I was mentioning earlier in the video where I said something like, I'm not sure I really consider Portland to be weird. And I still stand by that. I don't really think it's weird. I think it's quaint. I think it's kind of kooky. It's got a hippie vibe in a way. But weird, not sure. I don't think I would classify it as weird. I got to be honest. But I saw it when I was walking around Portland. I saw this sign that said, Portland, the city next to the forest. Or near the forest. I think it said near the forest. But I actually think that's a better description of this city. Instead of it being keep Portland weird, it should just say, Portland, we're next to a forest. Portland, we're near the forest. Portland, you cross the street, you're in the forest. And I think that is really more accurate because, you know, you just see pine trees and you know, trees and trees and trees like everywhere. It's like you don't even have to walk that far before you saw a tree. And if you're driving, you see trees like crazy. So, yeah, Portland, the town next to a forest. That's what I would describe Portland. But it's a very cool town, and as I mentioned before, I can see myself living here. I can see myself maybe retiring. I'm going to be in LA for a while. I don't have any plans to leave LA anytime soon. But one day I will probably have to leave because the cost of living in Los Angeles, you know, it's through the roof. And actually, when I was at WESCO, when I first got here, I was talking to the guy at WESCO, and we got on the subject of Stompers Boots. Now, if you don't know, Stompers Boots is a place that sells boots, you know, especially tall boots, but they sell all kinds of boots. And they used to be in San Francisco. They used to be based in San Francisco. Now I think they moved to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And, you know, we were just commenting that, was that the best move? Because, San Francisco is kind of a happening town, and, they have all these festivals. And I think it's a town that, and as I mentioned in a past video about Leathermen, a lot of Leathermen live in San Francisco. As a matter of fact, one of my earliest memories is when I was a kid, my dad took me to, what was that? What was that park? Yellowstone? Is it Yellowstone? I can't remember the name of the park. Sequoia. Took me to Sequoia Park. And then we went to Lake Tahoe, and then we went through San Francisco. I was very young. I was probably maybe, 10, 11 years old. And we went down through San Francisco. We drove down to Visadero, if memory serves me right. And it was just Leathermen, Leathermen, Leathermen. And I just remember seeing all these guys. Wow, these dudes are wearing leather. And I was young. I didn't know what all that meant. But now I know. But the point being, we got on the subject of San Francisco and this particular store called Stompers. And, we were saying, well, maybe they should have stayed in San Francisco because, they generated a lot of sales during those festivals. But then I said, well, that's true. I think they should have stayed in San Francisco, but the rents in San Francisco are through the roof. And the WESCO guy was like, yeah, that's true. They're very expensive to be in San Francisco. So probably it made financial sense for them to leave. But in any case, the reason I'm bringing all this up is because California is expensive. Los Angeles and San Francisco especially. There are some places, I guess if you live in Victorville or Bakersfield, rents are cheaper. But I do foresee my future having to retire somewhere, and probably I will have to leave Los Angeles. So I don't know. I'm here in Portland. I'm thinking maybe this might be my future home. I do like Portland a lot. I like the city. I like the vibe. It seems like a very cool city. I think I need to come here more often to really understand every little bit of the city. But for what I've seen so far, I do like it. And anyway, so that's my initial thoughts. I'm heading back to Los Angeles. I'm going to get back on the bike. I've ordered my WESCOs, my new WESCOs, but it's going to be like a year, maybe a little bit more before I see them, unfortunately. But they're going to be cool. So I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, I'll just keep rocking my old WESCOs, my old 18-inchers and my 12-incher, and just having a good time with those puppies. So, and Langlitz Leather, before I move on, because I did stop by Langlitz. I like Langlitz a lot. They do have some good quality leather, very thick. I'm not sure I'm going to be buying any Langlitz anytime soon, just because it's very expensive, and I already spending a lot of money on WESCO. Plus, I don't know. The one thing that they said that it kind of not bothered me, but I thought was a little negative, which is when I buy a motorcycle jacket, a leather jacket, or even a non-leather jacket, if it's motorcycle related, I like to have protection like padding and armor inside the leather jacket. They do not do that to any of their jackets. None of their jackets have armor. They just have like thick padding on the elbows and stuff like that, but no armor. And that's a concern for me because I when I buy leather motorcycle jackets, I ride them on the motorcycle. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. As far as the leather pants, I mean, it's good thick leather pants, but I don't wear leather pants too much. If I lived here in Portland or somewhere that was cold, I probably would. But down in Southern California, it's for the most part, it's pretty warm. So you don't really need to wear leather pants. Except for once in a while. So I don't know if I'll be buying any leather pants. But anyway, I guess that's everything. Oh, I do want to just wrap up one more thing. My hotel. So I'm staying at when you see this, I was staying at the Mark Spencer Hotel. And I got to tell you, I really like this hotel. I really do. Yes, I have no view. I have zero view. But other than that, I really like it. It's comfortable. It's the shower bathroom area is really nice. I slept well. The service, good customer service. I thought they have a secure parking lot. They even have a little gym. So I actually did do a little bit of a workout down there. That was nice. So it's not the Ritz-Carlton or the Fairmont or the Top of the Mark or any of these kind of hotels. But, for me, I'm a simple guy, simple tastes. I don't need anything too extravagant. except for my boots. Those got to be extravagant. But other than that, and my motorcycle, you know, if you ain't a Harley, no, just joking. But, you know, I don't need extravagance. I just need things nice. And I think this is a really nice hotel. It's good location. And I would definitely 100% recommend the Mark Spencer. I made it back to Los Angeles. And I'm going to keep this outro kind of short because I want to get to relaxing and going to meet some friends for an evening dinner and some drinks. So I'm going to kind of wrap it up quickly. But I wanted to show you my haul, my haul, when I was in Portland. So basically, I didn't spend too much money. I bought some whatchamacallit, magnets, refrigerator magnets, but that's, who cares? What I wanted to show you was the shirts I bought. Okay, so here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, we got the mighty WESCO t-shirt, my friend, WESCO. So now, not only do I have the WESCO boots, not only am I waiting on my brand new WESCO boots to be sent to me, but now I got a WESCO t-shirt. So pretty cool. And even though I don't have any Langlitz leather, and I don't know if I will ever buy any Langlitz leather, damn, a t-shirt right there, my friends, Langlitz Leather, Portland, Oregon, right there. So we got Langlitz, WESCO, Langlitz, WESCO. What more do you need, my friends? What more do you need? Anyway, just wanted to show you my two favorite shirts for my trip to Portland. I don't know when I'll be going back to Portland, but I would like to go back one day. It's a pretty cool little town. Still trying to absorb my whole adventure there. But it's so funny, you know, in Portland it's cold and a little overcast, and I landed in Oakland, San Francisco area, and it was raining. I mean, rain. Then I came here to LA, and it's a beautiful sunny day. LA, you gotta love it. Anyway, until next time, my friends, ride like the wind. And you know what, my friends? Don't let that wind ride you. See you on the next video.